Take advantage of the Boxing King Media discount at BYD Sheffield. You can get this amazing car for £269 per month with a £269 deposit. Details in the description.
Boxing King Media, powered by BYD. It's like to be joined by Mr. Otto Wallin. It's fight week, a big fight in Manchester. You've got here Monday, and you're good. Health all good. Got over the jet lag.
Yeah, everything's been good here in Manchester. We came in early Monday, so just Monday, Tuesday didn't do too much. Yesterday we had the open workout. Today the press conference. So the fight's getting closer. Tomorrow's the weigh-in, and then it's time to get in there.
The first thing I notice is, which is quite strange, we don't see it very often, but the two guys in the main event, yourself and Derek Chisora, have got the same sponsor, IPMB.
Yeah, no, IPMB guys, they have been really good to me, so I'm really appreciative of their support.
Yeah, I said it to Derek as well. He was a bit surprised, and but yeah, it's interesting that. First thing I've got to ask you is what Derek kept saying in the face-off you had the other day, and then obviously he was saying it today as well. He really wants to know if Otto Wallin smokes weed.
Yeah, he's really trying to bring that out of me, but I don't smoke much, so I'm not gonna give him anything there.
Yeah. Well, you went from saying you don't smoke to I don't smoke much, which suggests maybe every now and again.
Well, weed is illegal in New York where I live.
Yeah.
So I've tried it before. It's not my go-to. When I party, I like to drink. So now I haven't had a drink or anything in like 3 months ahead of this fight. So maybe after, have a couple of drinks. I'm actually going to Morocco next week with my friend. So that'd be nice.
You been in Morocco before?
No, I've never been there. So actually my barber in New York, he's from Morocco, and he went back there now. So might go see him for a couple of days too. So it's gonna be really nice.
Which part of Morocco are you going to?
We're flying to Marrakesh, and my friend Abdul, he lives in Fez, so we might go there. Maybe Tangier. We are gonna be there for a week, but we only booked the flight there, so we're trying to like wing everything, see what we can do.
Yeah, it is. I've been there a few times. It's quite an interesting place, but the main thing you got to watch out for is the guys who've got the snakes and the monkeys. If they just chuck them on you, say no, because what they'll do is then they'll ask you for like 100 dirhams or whatever.
Okay, I stay on the lookout for that.
Yeah, there'll be a brave man trying to chance it with their heavyweight. And then the press conference today, Otto, it was a bit of a strange one. I think 90% of the talking came from Derek Chisora whilst you just sat there and watched everything. Did you feel disrespected, or was you sat there watching, thinking like, I'm watching like somebody who's going to be remembered as a boxing legend in years gone by?
I didn't feel disrespected. It's just I'm aware that he over here is the big star, and so I think it just gives him more pressure to perform. So I can just go in there, just have fun, enjoy it, and get the victory.
And some of the stuff that was said in the press conference, I think he reiterated it again. He kept talking about, drawing you into a fight, suggesting that you're going to run. I think in the face-off he said if there was no ropes, he would have run outside the ring, which, that's Derek's humour as well. But what he means is that you're going to box. Like that's what he means. But they also suggested that the ring's going to be smaller. Do you know about this?
Yeah, it's in the contract. We started, usually you have a like 20-footer or bigger. But he requested to have an 18-foot ring, otherwise he wouldn't take the fight. So I said, sure, we can do an 18-foot ring, doesn't matter.
To be fair, I've seen the difference between an 18 and 20-foot. There is actually quite a big difference, so it is a smaller ring. But when was the last time you fought in an 18-foot ring?
I don't know when I last fought it, but it's actually a ring exact same size that we train in New York. So I'm in a ring like that every day, sparring and getting ready. So I think I know how to deal with that.
Okay. I'm assuming Derek would have struggled finding southpaws that can move like you, because there's not many big guys as southpaws. But at the same time, you must have struggled finding a heavyweight that brings the amount of tenacity and aggression as Derek Chisora. I'm just curious to know, did you find anyone that brings that much smoke in the ring?
Actually, I'm pretty lucky because I have had some really good sparring, and some of the guys, they really changed his style to more like CHISORA, which was really helpful.
Okay.
And very aggressive, just coming at me just like CHISORA. So I think it's been really good, and like they really did well to help me.
Okay. When you got a man telling you that you've got no heart, you ain't got the dog in you, you know, he's questioning your heart and your mindset in the moments where you've got to survive. Obviously, you've shared 12 rounds with Tyson Fury, so you know, how does that make you feel, and how do you respond to somebody saying that about you?
I don't care so much what he says, because he's always, you know, he's a really good talker, and I know that, you know, he's always gonna talk and try to rile you up. But I like to do my talking in the ring, and he's gonna find out that I do have all of that he says I don't, and I actually use that as motivation in this training. Just whenever it got hard, I try to remember what he said and just push myself through and just bite down. So he's gonna see on Saturday.
You also said that he thinks you're too much of a nice guy. I was thinking to myself, when's the last time, or have I ever seen you angry or lose it? I can't think of a time. So you tell me now, when's the last time Otto Wallin's really lost his shit or raised his voice or swore at someone?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a really good question. Yeah, I don't. I'm trying to remember.
I finally found the question that bamboozles Otto Wallin.
Yo, actually, when we were in Saudi, when I fought Joshua, Derek was poking me a little bit behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I snapped on him a little bit. We talked about that last press conference. So that might have been it. I don't know if I've got really upset since then, but you know, if somebody pushes you enough, you can get upset. But I'm pretty chill as a person, and it can take a lot to push me to that limit, and most people can't. But sometimes you gotta stand up for yourself also.
So when you lost in that moment, what did you do? Did you swear, shout, or what did you do?
I told him that I'd come over and knock him out.
I can't imagine you saying that. And the other thing Derek asked him when he did some interviews after the press conference about this $10,000 a week sparring. I asked him if that was true, if you were saying it to Wine. You'll be saying it was true. I've never known anyone to get paid $10,000 a week, and I can't imagine Derek paying it. So have you been doing some digging to find out if that's true?
Yeah, it was not true. It was not true. His manager came over to me after, said it was false.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, of course, nobody would ever pay that. You usually get like $1,000 or $1,500 for a week. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that's like the going rate, isn't it? Between 1,000 and 2,000 for heavyweight sparring.
Yeah. Right.
Yes, good. So I'm glad you didn't get because I saw your face in the press conference. I could tell you were thinking, "Fucking hell, someone's done me out of $9,000."
Yeah. No, I mean, I had a different team back then.
Yeah.
You
start questioning.
But yeah, no, I mean, it's like, because I was put on the spot. But then when you think about it, you realize that it's not true. I also said, I think at the end there, it sounds unlikely. So he got me a little bit on that one, but I don't think it was true. There was another reason why they sent me back.
Okay, good to hear that. So last thing I want to ask you, you know, you've done all the fight talk, etc. I want to ask you about Tyson Fury, somebody you shared the ring with. He's announced his retirement. Do you believe it? And also, based on what he did against Usyk in the second fight, do you think he still has more to give?
I think that Fury, I think he's retired for now, and he deserves it. If he want to stay retired, he's done everything, so he can enjoy it, hopefully. I have a feeling that he's going to come back, but it's hard to say. I think maybe he doesn't even know, so he might stay retired, and he deserves all of that. And he did good with Usyk. I think maybe this fight was a little bit more decisive for Usyk, and Usyk is such a good fighter. He's always improving, which is very impressive. I still think Fury has a lot to give. It all comes down to him if he wants to put the work in. But maybe he feels like he's done, and then he can just go enjoy it. But he lost to Usyk twice, there's no shame in that. Usyk is such a good fighter.
But do you think he's still got more to give, if you as a boxing expert opinion?
I think he has more to give. He's, one of the at least top 3 guys in the world. So I think that he might be number 2. So I think that he has a lot to give still.
Okay. And I'm going to leave you with this question, see what you think. But tomorrow you face off with Derek, final face off before the fight at the weigh-in. He did say today that tomorrow he's going to turn. So in the past, we've seen him slap someone, we've seen him spit at someone, we've seen him kiss someone. If he was to do one of them 3 things and you said you had to pick one, what would you prefer him to do?
Pick one. I wouldn't pick any of those, to be honest. But he did say yesterday that he was going to turn it up today, and he stayed nice today. So I mean, I don't know. I'm not
All 3.
all of those 3. It sounds nice with a kiss, but I don't know if I want to kiss.
Yeah. Have you seen the one where he kissed the guy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have, and I hope he doesn't do that.
Yeah, that was mad. That was Carl Baker. He was a heavyweight. Used to box at the same gym as Prince Nassim, believe it or not.
In Sheffield?
Yeah. Carl Baker, his name was. But yeah, the spit and the slap. I'm sure there's some, and glass. He could glass you as well potentially.
Yeah, I hope not.
Yeah.
Who was it that got glassed?
Oh no, in fact, Chisora got glassed by David Hay. Yeah.
Yeah, such crazy videos.
Yeah, he is, man. But he's made a career out of it. But yeah, he's backed it up in the ring, which is the most important thing, isn't it? Because it's good being like that outside the ring, but you got to bring the smoke in the ring.
Right. He's always in tough fights. He's always giving his best. So you got to give him credit for that.
100%. Otto, pleasure speaking to you, my friend. Any last words you want to leave me with?
Just want to thank all my supporters, my sponsors for all the support, and I'm ready. Saturday, I'm gonna go to get a good victory, and then we move on from there.
Good man. Thank you very much.
Listen, I got a question for you. Where can discipline take you? Discipline points you toward your goals.